So, all right, let's move on to the next one. Let's talk about intake, Jimbo. So this is the 27th. So December 27th, it's Wednesday. It's your time to take action on intake.
Okay. So with intake, you definitely want to spend this hour looking at your process and figuring out how fast or how slow does it take to sign up with my firm. I would spend the first 10 minutes looking at the last 5 cases I signed up. Figure out, when did this person come into our world? How did we reach out to them? How long did it take for us to reach out to them? What message did we send to them? How easy was it for them to talk to somebody who knows how to sign up the case? How did we gather the facts about their case? How fast did we send them the contract? How quickly did they sign it? And how quickly did we either start to get paid or start to work on the case? You really need to speed that process up. Every time I've sped that process up, we've made more money. So we've gone through, identified the places where there's friction, the places where it's bottlenecked. I used to have this long, complicated process where someone in the office would talk to a lead. They would say, yeah, this guy needs a contract. I would go find the most recent similar contract. I would change the names. I might make some mistakes. I would send them the contract. They would sign it. Then we'd have to physically open the file. We'd have to open up the matter in FileVine and then in QuickBooks. Now that's all automated. So somebody signs that contract, which they receive while they're on the call with us. Once they sign it, a matter is open in QuickBooks, a matter is open in FileVine. Those get created automatically. An invoice is generated. A payment link is sent. They can make the initial payment and authorize us to charge their credit card for the rest of the legal fee. It's all very automated and very, very quick. So I think you'll learn a ton by assessing how you've done on your recent contracts and where things are slowing down.
So the thing I want to talk about when it comes to intake is, it relates to what you're talking about, is focusing on the sales part of it. And you could, in that 1 hour, you could easily come up with a list of the most common objections that you get, and address those through sales techniques, and give your people on the front lines ways of answering those. For example, one of the common things we get is, because we send the contract right over the phone, like while we're talking to them, and they say, well, I want to review this. I want to review this. Okay. Well, I completely understand that you want to review it. Or is there anything specific that you're looking for that I can address right now, that I can answer those questions for you? And maybe they'll give you a couple things, and you address them, and boom, there's no more need for them to, have you call them back. Because if you let them off the phone, the chances of them hiring you drops quite a bit. Doesn't mean that they're not going to hire you, but it does drop quite a bit. If you can keep them on the phone, get them signed up while they're on the phone, it's going to increase that conversion. It's going to speed things up, like Jim's talking about. So that's what I would focus on during that time, is coming up with a list of those scripts for your people so they can address those objections. And I wouldn't have them read from a script, but it does give them a general idea as to how to respond to things. We were actually, working on that today on a few things. And we stole an idea from Jim that he told me about a while ago, is where you were talking about how you all are doing your, trainings daily. Amy's been doing trainings with sales techniques with our cares team on a daily basis. That's been really, really effective. So you can come up with that script, those scripts, those objections, and those responses to those objections easily within that hour that you can do. And then also, I would recommend testing your phones whenever you get that time up too.
And make no mistake, as good as your intake specialist may be, or your people talking to leads may be, they're never going to be as good as you, or as comfortable as you, or have the wealth of knowledge that you have. So to the extent that you can get the things that you say when facing an objection out onto paper so that they can learn them, it's just going to be invaluable, because that's going to allow you to scale, and that's going to give you the leverage you need to grow your intake team and grow your firm.
Yeah, and steal a page out of the Ultimate Sales Machine book, where give them information about your background so they can say these nice things about you too. Because that's another way of boosting the ability to get the sale. Is Jim, he has handled tens of thousands of immigration matters. I don't know what the number is, but he has argued in front of the Eighth Circuit Court of Appeals, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. He's won X number of cases. He just had a case last week that he won in front of the Seventh Circuit, like things like that, where you give them a list of things that they can say that just boosts your credibility to the potential client.